Hello, everyone. Coming up here on this special take edition. As we talk about Super Bowl, the Super Bowl, the big game halftime show. Yes, the big game was indeed the big game. Can't say, the Super Bowl, but we can call it the big game. We saw celebrities out. We saw a ton of celebrities. I mean, ton of celebrities. We saw celebrities such as um who do we see? We saw a bunch of celebrities. We saw The Rock. The Rock kicked off the big game with his opening bit. The Rock always deliver in his opening bit. Also, too, we saw Ellen and Portia. They was out in attendance, as well as NBA superstar LeBron James. Beams didn't stop there. Also, too, we saw Beyonce, her Destiny's Child, um, songmate, Kelly Rowland out. Even to the halftime show, where Mary J. Blige was killing it. 50 Cent made a surprise appearance. Dr. Dre, Snoop Dogg, Kendrick Lamar, Eminem, all of them, and Mary J. Blige, all of them gave a whirlwind experience that many people are still buzzing out now, as well as a lot of other stuff going on. But like I said, Mary J. and 50 Cent sitting down chilling. We'll get to the tape presents the Big Game halftime show, and it starts right now. Hello, everyone. Welcome to this special edition of the Take Big Game edition. I'm your host, as always, Kendrick here. This is a special take. We normally don't do the take on Thursdays, but this is a special take. We're talking about the big game. We're talking about everything that went. And you saw Odell Beckham Jr. was hurting, but he came out a victor. He won a Super Bowl ring for the first time in a long time. Odell Beckham Jr. won big. We'll talk about how big did he win later in the show. But first thing first, join in the conversation using the hashtag Take here on Connect. Don't forget to subscribe. Subscribe and skin. Tell a friend, call a friend, hit the subscribe button so you won't miss a thing here. As we get to the halftime show, as you see these lists right here of legends, I mean legends, future legends, all of them came for one goal to rock the Super Bowl, and they rocked the Super Bowl indeed. They did. To me, the halftime show was better than any halftime show that any Super Bowl performance in years. And you saw right there, you see Mary J. Blige, you see Kendrick Lamar, another favorite. Kendrick was out there. Eminem was out there. Dr. Dre, Snoop Dogg, even a surprise appearance by the one and only. I mean, one and only. Well, he at 50 Cent made a surprise appearance during the big game. 50 Cent not wasting no time whatsoever, making his presence known, making his presence felt during the big game. 50 Cent making a believer, but it was all about these five legends right here that carried the Super Bowl and performed their hearts out. And they did a phenomenal performance. Let's get to the performance. The performance kicked off with none other than Dr. Dre and Snoop Dogg. Dr. Dre and Snoop Dogg entertained the crowd, giving out California Love. That song was an instant hit, an instant classic. That song was like almost 30 years ago. Yeah. Who cares? It was good. It was good by Dre and Snoop Dogg leading the performance and stuff. And what a performance it was from Dr. Dre and Snoop Dogg. So, Dre and Snoop leading the performance like they normally do. They did. Like I said, Dr. Dre and Snoop Dogg leading the performance, doing their thing, doing the thing all right, doing it so well. And it was that. It was so good. Stuff. Dre and Snoop Dogg left the impression They still they still can go, and there ain't nothing gonna stop 'em. And it was so good. Then we saw Eminem make a performance appearance. Eminem coming back with "Lose Yourself" from his 2002 hit that he did when he did the movie 8 Mile way back when. Eminem kind of um going blast for the past 20 years ago with "Lose Yourself." What a hit that was in the hit. Also, too, songstress Mary J. Blige came out there and performed her hit almost 20 years ago. She performed "Family Affair," and what a family affair it was. Mary J. Blige performed, and she performed, and she performed. Next thing you know, 50 Cent made a surprise rare appearance after he played, performed in the club. That's almost 20 years ago, but it's still a club banger in the clubs. 50 Cent leaving everyone's imagination and stuff, and Mary J. Blige with "Family Affair." They all was performing dope hits that many people were talking about. Eminem, can't believe Eminem came back. Then Kendrick Lamar came out there to sing his song, "We're Gonna Be All Right." It was the phenomenal Super Bowl. What a phenomenal Super Bowl it was. It it gave a lot of energy. It gave a lot of, you know, reminisce and stuff. It was a phenomenal Super Bowl that people are still talking about today. Janae Aiko performed America the Beautiful. What a performance. And then you can see right here Mary J. Blige watching, sitting down while her and 50 Cent watching the show. It was that it was a Super Bowl to remember. And Dr. Dre, Snoop Dogg packed the crowd. They gave their all and stuff. And none other they did so good. So good. Jay-Z was kind of like the person who coordinated it, who put it all together. Kudos to Jay-Z. Jay-Z leaving his plan. Speaking of Jay-Z, his wife Beyonce was in attendance at Super Bowl as well. As you can see right here, Jay-Z, Beyonce, and Kelly Rowland all in attendance watching the big game. As well as Beyonce, you can take a closer look right here. Beyonce and Kelly Rowland sitting down watching the game. You tell us what y'all think. Yeah, what Kendrick Lamar, Snoop Dogg, Dr. Dre, Mary J. Blige, and Eminem did a show-stopping performance. Should they start with the Super Bowl, do multi people in different genres to come together and do the Super Bowl? I think that's where they're gonna lead to that direction. But it was a bomb. It was good. It was good. It was great. It had you on your feet. You kind of knew the song. So Super Bowl was good on that with the halftime performances. You couldn't factor in one, you can factor all of them, and they all did great. And kudos to all of them for their phenomenal job that night. Also, too, was about the Super Bowl commercials. We know that an average Super Bowl commercial was nearly $6 million for a 30-second spot. So it was like nearly 75 commercials, and NBC got around about at least $500 million for Super Bowl ads. And what an ad it was, you can tell. LeBron James stole it from me when he talked to his younger self about what's going to happen in the future. LeBron and his younger self talking, and I was mind boggled as well. Like LeBron James talking to his younger self, how they do that CGI. LeBron James making a rare commercial where he got the money. He got $6 million to just spend and waste. He even came to the Super Bowl with $6,000 to waste. So hey, LeBron James was good. He brought his whole family. He was good. Also, too, LeBron James did attend Super Bowl, and a lot of people were making memes that he looked like the Newport um, cigarette or whatever you want, menthol. LeBron James kind of dressed like a Newport, but he had fun. He attended the game. He had fun. So kudos to him. Speaking of athletes, The Rock, Dwayne Johnson, opened the Super Bowl with the intro in the show. During the film, The Rock was doing his "If You Smell La 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 La," The Rock is cooking. The Rock is cooking all right, and The Rock been cooking on NBC for a long time with his hit new show Young Rock, and you can watch Young Rock on NBC and the next day on Peacock. The Rock with his brand new show made an appearance. Also, too, NBC darling as well, Jennifer Lopez, who has a new movie she's promoting called Marry Me, and it's on Peacock too. And NBC had all the stars out: J Lo, Kevin Hart, Ellen, who got a talk show, Charlize Theron, Justin Bieber, his wife, Haley Bieber, Jay Z. The list goes on and on. It was that and more. Also, too, in other news, pop culture news regarding Super Bowl, Sierra and Russell Wilson left Drake's party as soon as Future showed up. They did not want to be in near Future. As you see right here, the happy couple started leaving. I guess you can tell it's still rocking between Future and Sierra, but yeah, I guess like Kendrick Lamar like to say, um, in during this package, like she gonna be all right. 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 That's what Kendrick Lamar like to say. Also, too, Rihanna made kind of appearances as well, but she doing the red carpet. She showing her belly with fiance ASAP Rocky. Like Rihanna don't like to wear pregnancy maternal clothes. She just like to be free and be spreading her wings. Kudos to Rihanna on that. Also too, what had else happened? We saw Kanye West. He made a rare appearance. Kanye West right here. Um, he was with his family, as you know, from his estranged wife Kim, and Kanye West sat down with another person who was in the NFL, but decided that he wanted to be estranged from his team, and a lot of people say he cost his team a Super Bowl ring that led Tom Brady to leave. He sat down next to Antonio Brown. You got to wonder what these two conspiring minds were thinking that night. You have to wonder. But Ellen DeGeneres also was in attendance. She was taking snappies of herself. So Ellen was there. Jay Z was there, playing around with Blue Ivy. There was a lot going on. So um, we it was kind of a real packed, fun filled Super Bowl. Will Smith even did his Bel Air thing. He did it. He did it with the new in Bel Air's kind of it's I'm getting to it. It's more not like how Will Smith did it back in the 90s, 30 years ago when it was comedy based on NBC. Now on NBC it's not known, it's not on NBC, but it's on this streaming site Peacock. I watched the first episode and it's pretty legit to me. It's pretty good. It's like they're going back to the basics, but instead of being a comedy show, a sitcom, it's rather a drama series. So they got more episodes of it on Peacock. So if you got Peacock, if you got Peacock account, I recommend you watch the Bel Air, and you kind of know like, okay, there's a difference, but it's the same scenario, but how they're flipping how it was 30 years ago from a comedy standpoint to a drama standpoint. So you looking at it like that. Also, too, the fashions and stuff with Joe Burrow, who was like the starting quarterback. They looking at his fashion sense and how he went from here to at the end on the fourth row. Joe Burrow trying to evolve as he go, and they're saying he could be the next Tom Brady, I guess. So anything's possible with that. Speaking of that, Janae Aiko had got her name mispronounced. Mickey Henry was doing the national anthem, and they thought she was Janae Eco, but JR Eco sing America the Beautiful. So it was a lot. Also, too, we see Magic Johnson was in attendance. Magic Johnson, his wife, they're all in attendance with some luminaries. So it was a lot of people. People still talking about how good the performance was, as we see right here, Mary J. by Snoop Dogg. They all did wonderful. They all did phenomenal. It was a phenomenal performance. If being in attendance. And also, too, we want to congratulate the LA Rams of winning the Super Bowl. I kind of knew they was going to win. I thought the score was going to be 28 to 24, but the score was 24 to 20. I'm not mistaken, but I could be wrong. But, hey, you know how they be. Plus, too, J Lo. We talked about J Lo and Ben Affleck was in attendance, so it was a lot going on. This was a great Super Bowl. Now is in Fox hands now, and they're going to wait and see what Fox going to do next year. And we might just keep on doing these big game halftime shows. So I'm going to leave you with the mega performance of Snoop Dogg, Mary J. Blige, Dr. Dre, Kendrick Lamar, and Eminem, leaving this phenomenal performance of Super Bowl 56. I've been your host, Kendrick, saying so long, and we'll see you this week, this Thursday, for the tape. See you later.